There you are. We got Nate as a guest today from afar.
From afar.
From afar.
Nate's out of town.
So this is Eric, Richie, and Bob, and Dean,
Turn that down, will you?
and we're here. We're here at Dean's garage, and we're doing our live podcast. And we have
We
a
got
guest
Big
today.
Bob here.
We have Big Bob.
Big Boss Hotspot.
That's right.
Hi,
That's
everybody.
right. Weather was a little bad, so we didn't bring the boss hog here, but he'll talk to you about it. And also, I want to send out best wishes to
To Devin,
Devin.
president of Boss Hoss.
They had terrible weather, as everyone knows, last week up in Tennessee, right down the block from them. And we're just sending them our well wishes.
Yes. Yes. So
Yeah, there's a
He was
lot
supposed
of
to be
flooding
on
and stuff.
tonight. He was supposed to be on tonight, but understood that, there's no chance that he could even,
Boss Hoss manufactures all the motorcycles in Dryersburg, Tennessee. Dryersburg got hit really bad with the floods. The roads are out, electricity's out. They have it's a total disaster. So I can understand Devin not being able to make it. He may not even have electricity. He might not even have a phone.
Yeah,
We don't know.
Yes.
We don't know right now.
And obviously he's not joyous and free right now. He's busy, getting himself and his
Exactly.
family all safe.
yes.
So that whole
That always comes
area
first.
there, that whole area there, we send our well wishes to.
Yes.
And in the future, we'll have him back on. That means that we're going to have to ask Bob to come back on again. Oh, well.
Well-
But that's good.
We'll bring the motorcycle next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll put it right behind him.
Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
is the
Bring it
drinking
in.
episode.
Yes, this is the
Coors. Is that Corona?
Corona.
not me.
This is
Corona.
I'm alcohol
And
free.
Modelo.
Modelo,
Um,
not to be
Modelo.
confused with Morello.
well,
I'm alcohol free. Just want you to know,
Yeah,
alcohol free.
I'm alcohol free
There you
today,
go.
too.
this expires next month. By the way, it's been in my fridge that long. I'm having a rough week, so I mean,
You better suck them all
oh,
down.
yeah, I
now.
might finish 3 out of 5.
Gee.
Yeah, so Richie and I and Nate, we went to
South Florida, Petersburg.
Petersburg South,
Yeah.
Harley Davidson,
Wow.
and they
What a
had
nice
a huge sound off, which is these custom bikes, all done up with speakers and the radio and everything like that.
Like they told
Multiple amps, extra
Yeah,
batteries.
And they
They
had
were
like
huge.
they had actually judges there, and they had different categories. Like lightweight was 6 speakers or less,
Yeah.
and then it kept going on to like middleweight or heavyweight or whatever.
And then it was like
wild.
ultra comp. It was
Yeah,
like
they were
ultra
all
weight.
different kind of categories.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
So Dean, I'm sorry. So
wasn't there.
So Eric did a live video of that whole thing on YouTube.
Came
We were
out well.
live, and we walked around the whole area. So you're gonna see these baggers. You know the slammers with the big fenders, the customized fairings that you don't even know what the hell they are. They look like birds, half of them, the beaks. All out of that you would normally see. Big wheels, right? 34s, 32s, and 36s. And there were 36s there. So those bikes, now we know the value of those bikes and what it costs to build them. On top of that, there had to be probably at least $80,000 and more just on speakers and amps.
Yeah.
And that's just starting. We're starting there.
So you're saying without the customization, just the speakers, the amp, everything is
Up
80
to
grand.
80 grand.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that
Yeah.
we're talking 150 for or more for those
Probably
bikes
more.
to be
'Cause
built.
They had paint jobs. They had
Oh,
so
yes.
much custom work done, like down to the details of even the air fins around the engine.
Oh, they had them. diamond tooled. They had some kind of other kind of diamond tool with multicolors in the fin on the edge of the fin. I mean, I don't even know how we even got to that point.
Not just that, they had speakers in the headlights.
In the headlights,
Really?
I couldn't
Yeah, it was
believe that.
wild.
I could not believe
Wait.
Where'd they get this stuff?
This way,
Yeah.
the guy in front of you on the road can hear you coming.
That's right.
They have the they
Instead of
have
the
the
horn, they,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
put the speakers
Yeah.
up.
they had the LED headlights there. Probably some of them were about maybe 3 inches, maybe 4 or 5 inches. But around the speaker, I mean, around the headlight was a speaker. So they embedded the headlight inside the speaker. Unbelievable.
Crazy.
I just like
Yeah,
blew
that
my
was
mind.
wild.
That blew my
That
mind.
was wild. And the sound was so crisp. No, no distortion, nothing.
Oh, yeah.
You,
Yeah.
You,
Oh.
you felt like you had a concert.
Concert. Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
And the judges, you got to have a good ear, to judge one of these competitions. It was just wild.
Whatever happened to the old boombox? That's what I'm used to.
Yeah, right.
I got one up there,
Yeah.
Bob.
And I want to give a shout out
With
to
8-track or cassette?
Cassette.
That's my
I
style.
wish I had the 8 track still.
I want to give a shout out to CJ, the WT
F.
F.
bike that the owner of that bike, which was shown in our videos prior.
Yeah, I'll show it now. This is what it
Also,
looks like.
also, just to give you a heads up, if you look at our video of Peterson's, you'll see what we're talking about because he did a live there.
Yeah,
but-
I'm showing them now.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, there you go.
There you go.
So now, long story short, I want to give him a shout out because we were personally invited to this show. We had no idea it was going on, and we went. We met the owner. The owner of the company is the company's name,
The DS18.
DS18.
Yeah, that's
18, right?
DS18
Yeah.
is the
Right.
name.
That's
of
the name of the company that built his bike from the ground
Yeah,
up,
so they
and
so-
others that were there.
so
Others.
a lot of these companies, what they do is they sponsor a bike, and they do all the work. So they're really not
Now it starts to make sense.
right. So your bike
You got to have a
has-
sponsor to pay 80 grand in
That-
speakers.
yeah.
well,
All
not
right.
just
Speakers
that.
or
That bike is
electrical.
They built the
representing
bike.
Yeah.
your company.
Yeah.
So that bike's got to be at
Got it.
every event they're at. You know.
Or some of those parts were 3D made.
Yeah,
The
it was-
fairing
it
was
was pretty
3D made,
Wow.
but the fairing. Did you see the bike?
No. No.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's the bike.
that's the tail end of the bike.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the front.
I
Some of
saw
those-
that bike in Daytona.
Daytona,
That's
yeah.
right.
Racetrack.
That's
Yeah,
the
right.
bike.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he sent us. Plus, he was gracious enough to put the T-shirt that I gave him. I want to say that anybody that's taking pictures of that bike, that T-shirt that was on that bike, that's us. How's that? So we sponsored him also.
There you go.
And I'll tell you something. That dealership is something else.
Oh my God!
That's in Naples?
No,
No.
This was in
That's in Miami.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
This was Peterson,
They have
Harley
two of 'em.
Davidson, South.
they have
South.
They have two of them.
Miami North and Miami
Yeah.
South. This is South, and it is terrific.
Yeah.
The grounds,
Yeah.
just the outside grounds and everything on the inside, and they're selling. We shared about
Yeah.
this when we did the video. They're selling MSRP and
Or under.
under, and we're talking about the CVOs
Yeah.
and the STs.
Yeah, all their bikes.
All their
Yeah, the
bikes.
place was. It
was
wasn't
empty.
that full.
No,
They're going out of business?
no,
No.
they're
No.
waiting to get
No.
new bikes.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So they have to clear their inventory. You only get so many CVOs.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
They had.
But
They
there's
had
I
the
haven't.
red one.
I've never been to the one down south. I went to the north one,
Yeah.
So did
Well,
I. You
which
and
is
I
right
were
by
there.
the football stadium,
Yeah.
a little east.
I
of it,
went there. Yeah.
which was also a nice shop.
Yeah.
We went there one time. Was it me and you?
Yeah,
they had
we
a-
went to an event.
Yeah, and they had the streak light. And they put a brand new 131 in it at the time,
Yeah.
and they
that was-
giving you the 131 and giving you the old engine also, which was
Right.
really cool.
Yeah.
So you had two
Right.
engines on the
Really?
bike.
Yeah,
Wow.
so we met the grandson there.
Yes, the
He's a
grandson
salesman.
of the owner.
He was really cool. I forget his name.
Yes. Yes.
But
But he does have our card, and he's supposed to come on. And if he doesn't come on the live chat, well, if he sees this, send us a shout through our email, Gmail, or you can give us a call, and we'd like to put you on as a guest. Also, the GM,
Yes. The
very
GM,
nice guy,
Craig.
Craig. Very,
Craig.
You're good. You're good.
I remember his name.
Yes, very nice guy, and he also would like to come on. So if we get to talk to these guys, or if they see this eventually, please give us a shout out, and we'll put you in. And you know, it'll be good for the company.
Yes.
So, what do you got, Dean?
As far as what?
As far as anything, I don't know. Did you buy anything else? I
No.
mean, see, I go to you to find out what's been bought recently.
I'm only selling.
Listen, Dean's got to get a bigger garage first, and then
He's
he can
clearing this one
add.
out
Yeah.
for more
He's
parts.
If he
cleared a
has
lot of stuff out. He's got a lot of room now for
Yeah.
more.
Nate's
Yeah.
my biggest customer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Once the clearance sale happens,
seats
then
are
he can
gone.
do it. But
He's got.
I
I
want
got one
that-
left.
I want that wheel cleaning kit. I
It's
could
still,
use that
it's
kit.
still in the package.
It's
too.
still in the- oh
That's
my
why I want it.
God.
Yeah, I know you haven't used
Well,
it.
you know, all our guests, when they come on, they walk away with a free gift
Oh,
after the show.
You just might get that.
All I get is free beer.
And you brought it yourself. How about that?
That's okay.
You got an extra seat for him?
Yeah, we got an extra. I got one right there. The Corbin.
The Corbin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. That one's calling your name.
That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice.
So,
Nate grabbed the one I didn't want to sell.
All right,
Yep. I snuck it out.
I just turned it down.
come on, man.
Come on, man.
Turn it down, not up.
Guys are
Richie,
making me thirsty.
Richie's playing the video, the live feed.
Somebody just sent us a heart. Who was that?
Probably Debbie.
Lee Orr.
Right, Debbie.
Who's Lee Orr?
Leor. Ugh, let's learn more. Jesus Christ. Oh, my
With a heart?
you gotta put your glasses on, man.
I forgot
No one
them.
left a
I
message
know.
yet.
Nobody left a mess. Nobody
All right,
loves
guys,
us.
the chat is on.
Yes.
If you want to say hello, say hello. And Richie will answer you.
I will.
Still,
I absolutely will. That's my job.
still the
PR. I'm the PR.
So
The,
yeah, it was a good run on
Yeah.
Saturday, going to Miami and coming home.
we
Richie
split
took
up in
detour.
the
Well,
What
this
happened?
we
is
didn't know
what
there was
happened.
we didn't know there was a quicker way,
Right.
the express lane.
Richie missed Naples.
Coming from an
75.
old traveler.
You gotta
that's
watch it.
traveled these roads hundreds of times.
Hundreds.
If you stay on the easy pass, it veers you off, and there is a sign that says Naples, but that is like 15 miles ahead. At 11 miles, you jump back on 75 or wherever the hell we were on.
Me and Nate just went straight.
So I
Oh.
went off thinking that they're going to follow because they know I know where I'm going. But
They thought you were going to Naples.
Nate started to come over. Then he came back and followed. And it was too late for me to get off. I was already on it.
Yeah.
So I got home about a half hour before they did.
Yeah.
Huh.
I washed the bike, took a
Yeah,
shower,
right.
Yeah.
I don't know why that.
And
beat
I
of the
ate.
beef coming
Yeah.
on.
and I ate.
He combed his hair.
Could be him.
Could have went to
um,
Alligator Harley.
But for the future, they'll know. They'll know. They'll know. It was beautiful. I was by myself. There was probably around 5, 6 cars. They were all scattered all over the place because everybody that was on the main bed didn't know that you could do that. And
Hey, Stacy G's on.
Hi, Stacy.
There we go.
My wife's on.
Yes.
speaker.
All
Yeah.
right. I thought the first name sound right.
There you go.
What did she say? Hey, everyone.
So
Hi, Stacy.
Hi, Stacy.
yeah, so it was a fun run.
Yeah, we had a good time though. I was a little worried about them, but I knew he was in good hands. He was with Eric, and
No, I was with Nate.
at Nate.
Wow.
No, I
Nate
was with
doesn't know.
Eric.
Nate don't know where he's going.
Holy shit! If I would have went, really would have been lost.
You would have followed me.
No, I would let you go. I followed you before. I've
I
learned my
saw
lesson.
75,
I
and
know
I
you-
saw
You know it
Maple,
goes that way.
and he's going that way, and I'm like,
What?
And
Maybe he wanted to go to Gator Harley over there.
I-
no,
I-
No, right
and when
before.
when you go up and you're not seeing anymore,
Yeah.
it actually is going veering to
Yeah, I
the
know,
left.
it is, yeah.
But then it just turns off. So you're down here.
I
I'm
wasn't
up here.
taking
And
a
it,
chance.
anyway,
Last
you-
time I
do you
followed him
blame
with his
me?
GPS, we wanted to go from this stop here to the light and make a left. He took us all the
All
way
right.
around.
We're gonna talk about that one again. I'm never gonna live that one down. Never.
That was
never,
classic.
never, never. That's why I do not start the ride off anymore.
Well,
I
first
let
of all,
him or him take off.
Dean, I rode with him twice. He never follows. He's the lead.
Yeah,
It's what
I
he
know.
does is
I
catch
know.
me if you can.
I know.
You got to ride
know.
to stay with Dean.
All right. So it's not as bad.
That means I
as,
get the ticket.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's get honest here. I know he's not here to defend himself, but John, when we were going up in to see OCC, right? He ended up taking us over the bridge.
Yeah, but
into,
we had no GPS on that.
I know, but he,
He was-
took the
he was-
responsibility.
Yes, but
to
he
take
took that
it.
from memory. He looked at a map and just said, "Okay, let's go."
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's pretty freaking good.
I had
Yeah.
GPS on it,
and
and it told us to get off like 20
You know
miles
how many
before.
times
But you know
my
what?
GPS told me to make a U-turn, U-turn, U-turn.
That
but you
drives
know
me
what? If
crazy.
we didn't follow John, we wouldn't have went over that beautiful bridge,
That was
hit
something.
that island,
Yeah.
That,
run
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
gas over there.
What going into what town? It's
I don't remember.
not Tampa.
We were on the West Coast.
Peters, no,
St. Petersburg?
St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
You know the bridge going
Yeah.
in there.
Beautiful bridge.
Wow! And
Yeah.
I heard that's like a something very desirable to go over.
Sure.
And
Oh, that
we
was
ended
nice.
up going over.
And, you know, some guys are freaking out. I mean, I never lost-
we had one guy
I
that
never
was
lost on a
flipping
bike.
out.
I mean,
yeah.
you get on a bike to ride, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole experience.
Yeah.
We went over the bridge. I'm like, wow, this is nice. Where else could we go?
Yeah.
You know, I didn't.
Yeah.
We wasn't tired.
It's a beautiful city.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it,
Yeah.
it was
Real
just
nice.
riding with a bunch of great guys, and we all had a good time. That's all. It wasn't. Who cared?
If we had more time, we would have liked to have checked out that island we were on.
Yeah.
That would have
in
been
Peters
nice.
in St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
So yeah. So all right. So that's enough of my.
But
travel.
so you sit there with John. Just let me clarify this. You had us on GPS. He did not.
I know.
So that was the funniest thing.
I know.
But I was laughing instead. We weren't mad at him.
No.
But, but it was just
no.
like his GPS literally instead of telling us to make a left, took us all the way up this road, all the way around, back this way, back down, right where we started.
That
Really?
was my
Yeah.
GPS.
Yeah, that was funny.
We did.
It was
Yeah.
pretty funny.
And then it told you. Then it told you where
Make
to
a left.
go.
Yeah.
Then it told you where to go.
That was good.
Oh, that was the best.
So I just want to say, like we said last week, for new people coming on, we're on iHeartRadio. Our podcast is on iHeartRadio, Amazon Music,
Wow.
Apple Radio, Apple Podcasts, or whatever it is, and Spotify.
Yeah.
Right.
Pretty
As
soon we'll
well
be
as YouTube.
pretty soon we'll be as big as Joe Rogan.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also
Go past them.
Instagram. We're also on Instagram.
Instagram, Facebook.
Yep.
Well, Eric's putting a lot of work into this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I give a lot
He's
of credit.
the man with all the technology.
He's
Yeah, he
the
is.
tech
Yeah,
whiz.
it took me
He's the
all
editor.
day the other day
He's the whole
doing this.
package.
doing this frame here.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think of this frame.
Well, if you
You
didn't
know?
have that,
Yeah,
we
he
wouldn't
did a
have
good
Nate
job.
on right now. I
Well,
mean,
we would
With all
have Nate on,
with all like
The
the
other way.
but we
the
wouldn't
likes
have, like,
and
the
the
ears and subscribe alert.
yeah, right.
See the frame I
Yeah.
put?
That's cool.
Looks pretty
that
cool.
that was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's put it in perspective though. When you first started, you had an extra phone to get somebody else on. All right, now
It's
now
a-
you're
it's a
progressing.
process.
Right, you're progressing.
So we got
The,
one
the
guest.
candlestick phones.
We got one guest. We got two guests. We got three guests.
Nice.
You know, we have a guest and a live video, and then we just have the live video. So it's pretty cool.
Yes.
Pretty cool.
And
Yeah.
he's got it where all these electronics will fit on the back of his motorcycle.
Yes, as we
Yeah.
know, we took
Yeah.
a Daytona.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
That was
fun.
good.
all-
That was
all-
fun.
Yeah.
Having
Yeah.
Jonathan, Bob
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
That was great. That was a good time. That was a good time. We got a lot of hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
So we're
Going
gonna
right
do
in the
that
middle of the
again.
shores.
We're gonna do that again at Biketoberfest.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do that again. Just giving us a head up. We're gonna be doing that again, live podcast, and also doing some live videos that he's got set up now. Um, in the
Yeah, we could do the
right.
live interviews right there.
Yes, yes.
So,
So
and that'll automatically go right on the channel.
yeah, yeah.
That'll be great. So I don't
Yeah,
have
we're
to
looking
edit
forward
much.
to that. So Bob, we have you here as a guest for a reason.
I thought I was one of the guys. Now I'm
You
just
are
a
one of
guest.
the guys.
Now I'm just a guest.
Peace talk.
It's not
You're
because
you're
showing
here.
us
You're
true
here to make
colors.
them look.
I'm kidding.
it's not
Here to make
because
'em look
I
prettier.
don't love you, because I do. It's because we want you to talk about that boss.
Okay.
I got it right this time.
No,
didn't I?
no.
Yeah,
Right on.
Boss
I
Hoss,
looked
not
it
Boss
up.
Call
Hog.
it Boss
I
Hog.
looked it up
Yeah.
when they first started. It was Boss Hog.
Then I was right.
Okay,
Really? Yeah.
it was Boss Hog.
HOWG.
Why they changed it was because of the TV show. They didn't want it to like interfere with that kind of what do you call it, like criminal activity.
Yeah.
You remember Dukes of Hazzard?
Oh yeah, Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah.
So they didn't want it to interfere with that, so they changed it from
Interesting.
hog to hog.
That's
Oh,
cool.
interesting.
So let me tell you what I know about Boss Hoss.
Yes.
Right.
An owner of one of the beautiful ones.
Right.
Obviously, it was raining.
Yeah,
so
I'll
we
be
didn't bring
showing
it,
that.
Yeah.
but we'll come back again.
No, I got it on here. I'll be showing it.
I believe
good.
I
I
believe
love
the
it.
date is 1994. The first Boss Hoss came off the line, and I saw it down in Miami. There was a bike show. I went to the bike show, and here was this Boss Hoss, and it had a car tire on the back, just a regular car tire, not rounded like motorcycle tires, but a regular car tire. So I talked to the guy. I talked to him for an hour. Really nice guy, and he said they're really hard to get. They're just starting
Who's this
production.
guy?
I don't remember him.
Oh,
He-
it wasn't the owner.
no, it wasn't the owner. This is a guy that had bought one of
Oh.
the first ones,
Oh.
and he brought it down to Miami,
Okay.
right? Because originally they were made in Texas. So to segue there to where we are now, I bought a Boss Hoss. This is my second
What
one. The-
year?
The first one I bought was a 2003 Boss Hoss.
Brand new.
Brand new 350.
So
350
you've
engine.
been a
Yeah.
hog
And-
Hoss member
Boss
for
Hoss
a long
member.
time.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
somebody stole it on me. So the best thing about the thing is the insurance. I put it into the insurance. Insurance
Hi,
gave me the
Joseph.
money, and a week later. So I took that money and a bunch more, and I bought another brand new one. But this time I bought the 496 engine, and it's a 496
You hear that?
big block.
You hear that?
Chevy big block. It's a big boy. It's stock with 615 horsepower. And the nice thing about Boss Hoss that people don't know is they're made in the United States. They're all made out of Tennessee, and you customize them the way you want. You can buy one. They make them and put them on the show floor, and you could buy it just the way it is. It's a stock one that what they believe is stock. Most people want to customize them. So what they do is they say, here's your selection of engines. Here's your selection of tires. Now it's an open board on what you want to do with fenders, paint, gas, whatever paint you want. You give them the colors and they paint it.
Yeah, it's a builder.
Yeah,
You
it's,
build
yeah.
it.
So it's customized. Each bike is its own bike. It's its own bike in the world,
I've
right?
never seen a duplicate.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't see two the same.
No.
My bike, I put a large front tire on it. I think it's a 26 or whatever. So it's a larger than normal
I didn't
front
realize
tire.
that. Okay.
Yeah. The back tire, I put a 300 tire on it. I had a choice of a 330. The 330 is this big. It's big. I almost went with it, right? So I went with I went with the 300, and I got the 300. I changed the back fender. I had the back fender cut right under the almost under the seat where my blinkers are.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's short. They recommend that I didn't do it because water will fishtail and come and hit me, but I don't ride the bike when there's a cloud in the
course.
sky,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
So I put a suicide shift on it.
That is
That's
crazy.
that's one of the nicest things
How
I
many
did.
speeds?
It's 2-speed,
Forward speeds
2 forward and 1 reverse.
and a reverse.
Yeah, yeah.
So you got high low.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
reverse.
And this is
And
according to the manual.
downshifting is the other way around. No clutch.
No clutch.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's an
The,
automatic.
the
planning.
interesting thing, in the manual, it says that you have to shift from first to second at 128 miles an hour. Right? Now, I would never get close to that, but that's what it says. You must shift at 128 miles an hour. That freaks me out.
So when you're in first gear and you're getting up, what's the RPMs going to? Let's say if you're up at 60 or 70 miles an hour in first gear, because you're
Yes.
saying
Yeah.
what you have a tack, right?
Yep.
You
Yep.
ever look at the tack and
Yes.
watch it?
Yes.
What's your RPMs
Well,
up at 60 miles an hour?
60
first
miles
gear?
an hour in first gear, it's around 4,000, 4,500. It's high.
Wow.
No wonder why you get 9 miles to the gallon.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
You shift it into second gear, and at 70 miles an hour, it's 2,000 RPMs.
What's the recommended RPMs?
They don't have one. They don't have one.
What's
Two
the top?
gears.
What's the top RPM?
There's a red line.
Yeah.
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 Thank you.
I-
Thank you.
I would have to guess what the red line is because I don't even look at it because I'm not getting anywhere close to that. Right?
Okay. It doesn't show on the tack.
It shows, but I
You
don't
don't
pay
even
attention
notice
to
it.
No,
Okay.
no. You got to realize my tack. If you looked at it, it's all electronic now. It's not the old tack thing.
Oh.
It's
Yeah, I
this
saw that.
electronic thing.
Yeah.
It's got the temperatures. It's got the tack. It's got the RPMs. Everything.
Does it have a
There's
fairing?
Bob's
Yeah.
bike.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, so it doesn't. It's like a Road King.
So, well, it's more like a Dynaglide. It's more of a street bike than it is a
I
bagger
see.
of
Yeah,
any
because
kind.
I've seen them with,
Yeah.
looking like a street glide or whatever.
Well,
yeah.
when we went to the show,
Yes.
we saw all that, right?
Yes.
But this one is the SS model. That is dropped down to 25 inches, I think. The seat is customized to it has gel come in it. They actually measure you.
What's the
Right.
seat height?
25.
Wow, I could fit on
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
and
no,
put
you
my
can.
Feet
You
down,
can.
straight
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, it's nice.
Wow.
It's nice.
Now? This is the big question here, because when I went, we did also. We met with the owner back
2 years ago. Oh no, before that, because you weren't there 2 years ago.
Yeah, before you didn't
Yes.
get your bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 3 years ago.
Well,
Whatever.
he wasn't the owner we spoke to.
Oh,
we
wasn't?
spoke to a
Salesman.
sales guy,
All
yeah.
right, so we have video on that. Okay, so you'll see that if you scan through our videos, you'll see a whole. And he was very smart and very educated.
Yeah, yeah. His
And he
name
gave
was
us
Mike,
a
I
whole
think.
breakdown
Mike
on that whole
Killigan.
thing.
Mike.
Right.
His name was Mike.
Now, I think I actually sat on one. We were standing in front of a trike, which I said was something I loved. I liked the way, because
Sure.
it had the old 40s back.
But they have the
with
57
bodies.
Chevy sometimes.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
it. The 57
Right.
Chevy. Okay. Long story short, that I remember sitting, I think I sat on a two-wheeler because I wanted to know what's the balance, and he had me do that.
Mhm.
He actually was holding just in case,
Yeah.
but because I was a little skeptical. Now, with that said, you're an owner.
Right.
How is the balance on that bike?
It's absolutely perfect. The balance at 2 miles an hour is not an issue. You got the 300 back tire on it, right? The bike is balanced.
300.
Yeah, the bike is really balanced with the engine right directly behind that, and it's not an issue at all. Where you have to be careful is turns. It doesn't have a good turning radius. It takes 2 car lanes in a turn,
Yeah.
unless you go extremely slow.
Slow.
Yeah,
Right.
and you'll scrape the bottom.
And if I noticed on yours, you have a little bit of a rake and extended front end,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So if you had a lesser front end and a shorter rake, you might not have that issue. It's like
Yeah.
any custom chopper
Well, it
with,
sort of
with
makes
a
sense.
front end,
Yeah,
right? We used to make them wide turns.
Yeah, yeah.
So there it is again, and it's beautiful.
It
It's
is.
so beautiful.
No, you got to
Yeah.
see it in person. I mean, he's got the ghost
Those
flame.
flames. Ghost
He's got the
flames,
ghost
yeah.
flame.
Yeah.
And the Boss Haas on the tank is like very subtle.
Yeah, it's ghosted in the
It's
paint.
ghosted in the paint.
So the Boss Hawk, is that a horse or a Stallion or something.
This is it.
That's it.
That's
The
it.
Stallion.
It's a
See it?
stallion. Yep.
Okay. So it now. This is another thing. We're on 95 going to Daytona. Okay. We're cruising at 80. Sometimes we'll have to push it to 85 to get away from some cars.
Yeah.
What's the condition of that bike handling at that speed?
I'll tell you.
Because I've seen them on the road. I've seen them going to Daytona,
Yeah.
but we've already passed them up.
Yeah.
They're doing 60 to 70.
Yeah.
Whether they're afraid or whether that's what I'm asking.
To me, it's a different speed. Let's talk about Harley for a second. You have Dynaglides, right, with no frills on it, no bags.
Mhm.
Then you have your baggers, right? You have those two different styles. If you're on a Dynaglide going there, the wind kicks the shit out of you, right? And it's thinner, and it knocks you around a little bit.
That's because the bike only weighs around 600 pounds.
You would think so. Now mine weighs like 1,400
Yeah,
pounds,
yeah.
but it's still a super sport. It's that thin. It's all engine, tires, frame, no frills,
So
right? The pegs are small. The handlebars are up. A bagger rides better, I believe. My bagger rides better, more comfortable, because it dissipates
bearing.
it takes the wind. It pushes the wind away, right?
It rides on a rail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the scoops in the front, the vents.
Yeah.
It all stabilizes the bike. On yours, you don't have that.
My first year that I rode with you guys, where we were looking for Richie in every bar we went to, Dean took the lead, right? And I was trying to stay up with
To
Dean.
replace
We were
things.
doing 80, 85. It was okay. It's just the wind beats the hell out of you
Yeah.
because you don't have the fairings.
Oh, you
That's
had the
it.
you had.
I had,
He
yeah,
took it up
I rode it up there. Yeah.
We
at-
stopped like
at
4
our
times.
Yeah.
At their speeds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The speeds are nothing. It's
You
just
were
doing it
getting
for a
kicked
long time.
around a
You
little
get
bit.
beat up. You get beat up with the wind.
But you have a windshield on that too, don't you?
Yeah, but
It's big.
his,
show.
his
Yeah.
tires were undeflated as well.
Yeah.
You-
that too.
that
Oh,
That
I
didn't help.
heard
Didn't help.
about this
You have to
story.
talk
You know
about
what?
the
We
tires.
stopped every
It's
half
like a
hour.
1,400-pound bike
Whoever's
with 10
out there,
pounds of air in the tire.
Check your
Yeah, I
air
heard
before you
about
go
that.
on long rides.
Yeah, I heard about
Yeah.
that one. Yep.
Because
Yeah.
just for safety reasons.
No, you're right.
Well,
I
on
mean,
this
your
bike,
bike was
Yeah.
sitting for a
I
while,
was
right?
very
Yeah.
disappointed in you.
well, you don't have
come on.
TPS
I'm
on it.
only kidding.
No, I don't have.
So, I
I
mean,
don't have any of
At
that.
least your Harley has that, so you'll get a warning when your tires.
Yeah.
are
All I
loose.
know
This
is
should not, yeah.
we were in IHOP and Paulie was filling him up,
Yeah.
and we were finished breakfast by the time he came.
Oh my God.
No,
Oh,
I'm
the
just
tire,
kidding.
yeah. The
Oh
tire.
I'm
my
just kidding.
God.
Well,
That's
Paulie's
good.
remote air thing
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a little compressor.
had
Yeah, that was cool.
had no charge in it when I was done. I used his total battery,
Oh.
and that was only my back tire.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
When we were riding, we're seeing your back tires doing this.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah,
Oh.
I saw it
Yeah.
going back and forth a little bit on the highway.
So, in
And
all
I was like-
fairness,
So there
in all
is your
fairness,
problem there.
that was it.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because I'm in the Boss Hoss Club, motorcycle club, and that's with bikes all around the world. And these guys go from New York and drive them down to Daytona. They go from all over the country and come down
Riding.
without
No
any
trailering.
issue,
Yeah.
right?
Ah.
So that
Did
probably
they stop
has a
every
lot to do
100
with it.
miles for more
Yes.
gas?
Every gas station that bike stops at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was the only, that was the only
I-
thing with
Don't
that.
don't pass up a gas station.
Yeah.
Is it chain driven?
No, it's
Belt
belt
drive.
drive.
So I wonder if you could change it to chain driven and change the sprockets for a top end sprocket where you would get more miles per gallon. Like we did with cars with the rear ends.
Yeah.
We would make them higher and get no gas, but we would be able to come out of the hole. And then the other car, like the Corvettes today, they running a I don't know what they're running, but I remember they were running at one time 308s.
Yeah.
And they were getting good miles. That was one of the biggest reasons because of the rear end. I wonder if he could design, well, you
Well,
say
they could
they
design
can do
anything you
anything,
want.
right? And you
I'm
could
gonna
Yeah,
ask
they
for
they
that.
probably did
Yeah.
it to optimize it the way it is. You know, I mean, if you look at the old Firebird, like the from like the Bandit,
Right.
Yeah.
Trans Am.
that one that Trans Am was so like the gears were so tall. It was a dog. They had it. I mean, that was the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna change the gears back down because they're like, oh, higher gears means it's gonna go faster, and it's like,
Yeah,
nah,
yeah,
Yeah.
it
you'll
doesn't
get no
always.
low end.
Yeah.
You'll get no low end, but I think the power of the motor will give you mid range, and then the top end, you once you get it to high gear, it'll drop the RPMs down maybe another 500 or 1,000,
Mhm.
up to 1,000, depending on the gearing, and if that's feasible. I would think to ask him if he comes on to ask him that question.
I'm gonna send these guys. There's a couple guys at Boss Hoss I became friends with.
Yeah,
Right. They're all really
yeah,
nice
it's all a
guys.
club.
So I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna send it to
Yeah,
them
yeah,
so
you
they
could
can look
share
at
it.
this.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like to
sure.
share the podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. We
It's,
would
we'll
love
see what
that.
we'll get
And
feedback
maybe
from
we'll
them.
get feedback
Yeah,
from them.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
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 has anybody driven the trikes, the Boss House trikes?
I have not. Um,
I really want to.
you know,
I want that 57 Chevy.
so we have Boss Haas came out with a new trike,
That is
the
sweet.
2025 Dragon.
Yeah, that's the sport
That
line.
Okay.
is just
Yeah,
badass.
nothing
And
in the
black
back.
one?
Yeah, nothing in
it's
the back.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what would go good with that? The sissy bar that we had gotten with the point, because it's the dragon,
Yeah,
and that would
yeah.
be the tail.
So that's the back of the bike.
Wow.
Oh
This
wow!
thing has 700 horsepower.
Oh, that's
Just
insane.
crazy.
Oh my
Crazy.
goodness!
You need a wheelie bar back
Yeah.
there, man.
That likes every gas
You-
station it sees.
Yeah. I wonder if it has a bigger tank than yours.
That was there at Daytona.
Wow, that thing is gorgeous.
Yeah, do you see the
That was
length
at
of it,
Daytona.
Really
too?
is.
I bet
Yeah.
you the handle's
Well,
good.
we saw this one there, yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
saw it.
Saw
Yeah,
this
that's
one?
like 80,000, 90,000
Yeah.
or something.
Well,
So
they're
well, I
not
mean,
cheap.
trikes. The Harley trikes are known to be just poor handling. So my question would be: do these handle better?
Well,
Have they fixed like some of that
Jack
geometry?
from Cycle Drag test rode it over there, and seems like he loved it.
See, I think
I would love to test ride it.
I tested the Harley trike, and
I hated it.
because of, and he did too. He made a U-turn before we even got out of the
Yeah, it's like
out of
done.
the out of um
Parking lot.
the parking lot. So anyway, I took it out. I went around with it. I had a CVO, and I got to tell you, going straight wasn't bad, but when you're going into like just a turn off the corner, and you're even down to like 20 miles an hour, my back was killing me because the more I pulled, the more it wanted to come
So
back.
you were
On a Boss
fighting.
Horse?
No,
No,
no, no, no, no,
On
no,
a
no,
Harley.
I'm
On a
making
Harley
a
truck.
comparison here.
Gotcha.
So then after that, I, I says, this is not for me. Now I know why they ride, slow and
Sure.
it's a careful thing because of the wheelbase and the rake. Now, we took out
The Ravaco,
the Rivaco,
which is made in
lower,
Germany.
longer with a different rake. And him and I sat on the.
We
well,
have
you'll-
that on YouTube.
We
as
have
well.
that on YouTube, so you'll see. I rode bitch, and then he rode bitch. So
I didn't film when I was.
of course not. No, of course not. You know why? Because when I was going into the turns doing 60, he was screaming in the back.
Yeah, I didn't want that on camera.
But I'll tell you, I'm not fond of it because it sits low, but it's cool. It is cool.
Well, it handled like
It's like
incredible.
the old Volkswagen, the old trikes that they made with the Volkswagen motor, and you're sitting very low. It's kind of like on that design. But I'll tell you, turns, you couldn't break the tires. Like they wouldn't slip out. And I was throttling it
And you
while I was
weren't
going
fighting
into the
anything
turn,
either.
and you weren't fighting in it. Now, with that said, the one that we just saw, the Boss Hog, Hoss,
Hot.
right.
Yeah, so this
Now
one
that we
is,
just seen that one,
That
I
is
see a
stunning.
similarity.
Yeah.
right.
I see a similarity. You have a side view?
That's pretty side.
There you go. There you go.
No.
Well, that's a
I
back
thought he
view.
had a.
Back
That's
view.
it.
There you go.
See that? Now that's long.
And low.
The rake is long. It's low, and I would love the next time we go to Daytona and they're there. I would love to take one of them out and
Yeah.
try that.
Yeah, I would like
because
to try
I
it.
think that is the answer to our
I
problem.
would have loved to have Devin here to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
I know.
Because he knows those things inside and out.
Devin will be on as soon as he can in the next several episodes
Yeah.
before October.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not a problem. You're in touch with him, right?
Yeah.
You let us know when he's good to go. Okay. We don't want to push him into something that he's not going to be comfortable with.
Sure.
I can
Let
get
him
into
take
that.
care of his thing.
I can get into that.
Yeah.
That's a nice bike.
That is sweet.
Yeah,
That
they
is
had
sweet.
it there.
That looks
keep
really
my-
good.
No,
It was
I was
incredible.
staring at
I
it.
would
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
my
Bike was
road
gorgeous.
glide. I would keep my road glide, but I would definitely track with that.
Those look like
Just like I
Kragers
have.
in the back, right?
Huh?
The Krager
Yep.
rims. You remember
Yeah, the
Krager
old
rims?
Krager rims. Yeah. I would probably. Is there a mag in the front? Or is that spoke?
No, that's a mag.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't. I can't see that well. All right.
I don't know, man. Me on that, a 700 horsepower engine.
I don't.
Yeah.
But I don't have to get.
I should be allowed
700.
with you.
You don't have to get 700. You can
No,
just
you get a
pick whatever
smaller
motor.
engine. Yeah.
500's enough.
You know, some of these
On this thing, 200 enough.
some of these trike companies like that had the V8 trikes, like Cheetah. There was a Cheetah trike company out there, and they had the V8s in theirs, and they put wheelie bars on the back. So I wonder why that would be a question for Devin. I wonder why they don't have like some sort of wheelie bar in the back.
Well, I'll tell you something. Here's what I think. Just looking at that picture,
Sorry.
it's so long,
Yeah, it's long.
and that engine's way up by the front. I don't think you can get that bike in the air. I
Oh.
think it'll burn the back tire off before it does that.
Yeah.
Right.
You
And
yeah,
You'd be
the
surprised, though.
transmission
Really?
is right
Yeah.
under
Think so?
you.
Yeah.
So and then you on top of it, that's all center of gravity right there.
Yeah.
I'll put it
So
this
that
way.
would be a hard thing to get up.
If you get that thing up in the air, you're ruining those rear fenders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
do believe the gearing allows that not to happen either.
Yeah.
Then
Let's go
is
and
there
test
a
ride one and
lag?
find out.
Well,
Is there a lag? When you take off from a light and you throttle it, is there like a lag and then it winds up,
No.
or
It
it
just
just
goes.
goes?
no, it goes. It
Okay.
goes. You
All right.
feather it. To
All right.
start
So-
off, you feather it.
So what would be a good question and to try to figure this out? When you get your bike on the road,
Mhm.
we can go into an open road and see if you could pull a wheel stand.
Well, I'll tell you what it does. At 60 miles an hour or 55 miles an hour, it burns the tire, burns
I
the
don't
back
think I
tire.
can do that.
Yeah, so I don't think I can get it up. I don't think that front end's coming up.
Well, because of the weight. of
That's
that
another
bike
question
is
for
low.
Devin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't want him to try anyway.
No.
I mean,
I'm
that bike
only-
is $1,400.
Wow,
Yeah.
you lose control of that.
Yeah, forget it. You're
I
done.
would never listen. I would never let you do something.
I
like
would
that.
only say to
I'd
do
wear a
it on
helmet.
441. That's all.
You'd only want me to do it if you want to reduce this to three
After a
guys
couple
instead
of
of
beers.
four.
No,
No, we love you.
no,
We want
no.
you here.
We want you here.
We-
No.
Make sure he can videotape it so he can put it into either cool stuff or bloopers, whichever
Yeah.
whichever ends.
Or what's the other one? Stupid neighbors? Put it in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an incredible bike.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, that is
It's
something.
brand new
That's
for
beautiful.
2025.
Beautiful.
Does there a number on that? Did you anybody get a number on that? A
For what?
price?
Oh,
Price.
yes, I heard him. I heard the guy say about 100.
Was that
I
high?
thought I heard the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know
I
he had
thought
a
it was
different
over
one there.
100.
I was looking at. He said
Yeah.
that one was around 80.
I
Another one.
didn't-
Yeah,
I didn't
they're up
catch
there.
That. I
Yeah.
wasn't around there.
Well, there was also that one, that trike that was really no frills at all. It had those big back tires on
Yeah.
the back
That I've
and those
seen.
big silver
Yeah.
springs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
that's
That was
just
nice.
cool as shit too,
Yeah.
right?
The rear end
Had
of that
those
was
big. The
gorgeous.
rear end was just gorgeous.
I think I
right?
even have a picture.
I think that one. I think that's the cheapest one they have, and I think that was
Yeah, the one
high
that's empty
80,000.
in the back, right?
Yes, that one. To me, that's just
And it's
badass.
got two little lights
Yeah.
on the
Yeah,
side.
two little things.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
those big
And
springs.
I think it had
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
seat.
It looks like a
I
dune
think it is
buggy.
one seat.
I
Yeah.
think it's a
What do you
one
mean it's one
seat.
seat?
And
Yeah.
and there's no rail behind it, so if you
Yeah.
slip off,
You don't want to slip off.
no.
Yeah.
You want to hold
But
on.
the one that Nate and I saw, maybe you saw it too, the '57 Chevy. The
Yeah, I
red
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
one too.
Yeah.
Now,
That's
if
a
this
classic.
bike is 105, I wonder what that '57 Chevy body bike is,
Yeah.
because that was just off the charts. You know, Arlen Ness made one of his first, well, not one of his first, but full body was one of his first, and it was a '57 Chevy.
Really.
And it was a one wheel. You know, it was a regular. It had the gas tank was swept up with the headlight of a '57 Chevy, the one side headlight, and the whole back was the tail, and then the tire was under there. Well, with that said, when he came out with that, it was just like over the top.
Yeah.
Over the top. And the trunk.
Yeah.
There's a trunk.
That's kind of nice, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I opened the trunk up and I said, right, Nate? I says, wow, I
Yeah.
can get everything in
Yeah.
here.
Instead of bags on the side, you have this nice trunk.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. It was off the charts. Definitely off the charts.
Yeah, it was a
He
beautiful.
he makes a quality custom.
Well, they're all hand built.
There is
They're all
another
hand-built.
company. I won't
Yeah,
mention it. Actually, I think the company's name is V8,
Yeah.
or it might be something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
It's a
That's the one he
it's a
said was 80.
thinner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was 80,000.
Yeah. That's a
Oh,
gorgeous
is
bike.
that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So the other one was more of a the width of the block was the width of the bike, and I don't think they're big bores like yours.
Yeah.
I think they're small blocks.
Yeah,
They look
most
like
of 'em
small
are.
blocks, but they got this big radiator in the front, like a Model T radiator. So I'm not bashing it. It was just not for me.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
I think the heat from that radiator is a killer.
Right here in the front.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
No, but
Now they have covers for it.
not that radiator. I'm talking about V8. Did you see their radiator?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Their radiator went from under the neck to the bottom, this wide. It was stainless steel or aluminum.
Yeah.
But you can't tell me that I don't care. The fan is blowing in to let cool air in. So you can't tell me you're not cooking in the back. So by the way, that's what I want to ask you. What's the heat on that bike?
Gets
Riding
warm.
it
Gets warm.
does.
If it when it-
Stopping or riding?
stopping is hot. And let's just talk about Florida. If it was in up north, it would be different. But stopping, if you go A1A and you're stopping at every red light,
That's
or
not
federal
A1A.
federal highway,
Yeah.
you're on federal highway, you're stopping at all these different red lights, and that you got your legs around it, you're hugging a 496 big block. I mean, it's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Is your skin melting off?
Well, I wear chaps and stuff, right? When I do that, I
Really?
wear chaps
Do you really?
because there's so much heat, I can't get my legs close to it, right? So with the chaps, and those chaps get burnt.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the difference is I'm 5'8", so I'm hugging that engine. Take a guy 6'2", his legs are
Yeah,
probably
he could fan
out
his
more.
legs out.
And
right.
again, I belong to this Boss Hoss motorcycle club, and that's exactly what they say. The big guys, the tall guys, tall
They
skinny
don't
guys
feel
say,
as much.
hey, I don't feel nothing. I have my legs out. I'm in the wind. Guys like me say, hey, when you're hugging that engine, it's real hot.
That's interesting. But you love it.
Oh, I love it.
You love it.
Yeah.
And the winter is the time to ride. Well,
Exactly.
our winter
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the time to ride it.
It's
I
almost
don't know
time to
if
put
you'd
it
want
away.
to ride that June, July, and August, September.
I already have a place for it in Haggerty's storage,
Oh yeah.
and I put it in Haggerty's
Oh wow.
from like May until September.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But you still have your CVO.
I have my CBO.
Yeah.
Right,
That's
Yeah.
the baby there.
So,
That's all year
so
round.
it's
Yeah,
good because
yeah,
he's got
yeah.
both motorcycles.
But that's what.
He's
Yeah.
got a bagger
Yeah.
for,
Yeah.
cruising
long distance,
around
yeah.
and distance, and he's
And-
got the fun bike.
And that's the
Yeah.
reason why
got
I
the-
would
The
do
bar
the trike.
hopper.
The
for
bar
that
hopper.
reason. Yeah, and you wanted to do the trike. You wanted to do the other, the pronounce it.
The Rowacco.
Thank you. I can't get that word out of my mouth. You wanted to do that and keep yours. And
Yeah.
as soon as he sells his first $1 million home,
Yes.
help him out. This is
There'll be-
Eric from
Richie's
the biker.
Richie's making me a GoFundMe page.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll participate in that.
Yeah, we already have
We
one
only
for
take
Dean
Benjamins
for
and above.
parts. We already have one for Dean for parts.
Yeah. All proceeds go to Eric's adventure.
Well, proceeds go to this equipment.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
So
I think that's pretty cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. So,
So actually, this this telecast is brought to you by
No sponsorship
Dean,
here.
Dean's YouTube channel, XDR, and me, the Biker's Realtor.
And
Residential,
Modelo-
commercial, and investment. I will help you buy or sell a home,
Exactly.
or commercially, residential, or an investment property.
and
best in South Florida.
Yes, the best. I'll take care of you.
if you need a nurse,
Call Bob.
call Bob.
1-800-BOBBY.
And Bob is not the nurse, by the way.
No,
No.
definitely not.
But they're real nurses. I'm not talking about anything sleazy here.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a very good business that helps a lot of people.
Yes, he does. He's
That's
like
true.
Yes.
he's like a saint.
Yes.
Let's not go too far.
But he does have wings. I mean, he has wings.
I was told I had horns last week.
Oh, man.
He had wings too.
Yeah.
At one time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Bob, you got a real nice bike here, man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Beautiful
So
paint
you
job.
do have reverse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did say that.
2 speeds forward, 1 reverse.
There's no way you're pushing that back.
No, you can't.
What's
So
the
how
mo-
do you put it in reverse? What's the?
It's interesting. Yeah, it's 2 speed. It's first is up, second is up again. First you come back, and then you put it in neutral. You put it way back.
Figured that.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Yeah.
now, so you don't get confused on the gauges. It tells you have it in reverse, right? And then on the handlebar, there's a button. You push this button in. It's a delayed engage into reverse, and it slowly leave it idling, and it'll slowly bring it back.
So where does it come from? The starter or the motor and drive shaft? Like, is it in gear so the drive shaft is turning it, or drive shaft would do that.
Yeah.
But is it coming off the starter, or is it coming off the engine and tranny? When
I
you
would
put it
think
in reverse?
tranny.
I would suspect that it's the tranny.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it has a button so you don't throttle it and go crazy
Exactly.
going backwards.
It will. You don't do anything. Putting it in reverse is the same as neutral until you push that button. The button seems to be delayed because when you push it, nothing happens for a second. Then all of a sudden, you start going
Slowly.
Oh, it's just like a car with a 6-speed or any transmission.
So
Exactly.
You got to
if-
lift up a lever and
Right.
and get it into rear.
Right.
So if
reverse.
you have it in first gear and you hit that button, what happens?
Well, I wouldn't do that.
So
Nothing.
you don't
gonna
know
happen.
what would happen.
Probably nothing.
That would scare me just to say.
No,
Let me
I-
see
I
if this
guess-
works.
Lock everything
Grab
up.
it.
I
Grab it.
guess it wouldn't do anything at all.
Probably not.
No.
No, it probably doesn't
But you haven't
activate.
engaged the button.
Yeah.
The solenoid, actually.
Yeah.
In there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
So with this new bike, the Dragon, okay, it's pushing out.
The Dragon LS.
Yeah, LS. It's an LS3, 4-speed automatic.
4-speed.
There you go.
Wow.
Okay.
Different transmission.
13 miles to the
It's
gallon.
got
Yeah.
okay.
20 something.
It's got
Is that what it says?
It's got an 8.5 gallon tank.
Hey,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You get
That's
you
that's
get 25 city, 30 highway
get out of here.
with a 250-mile range.
Wow.
And it says for that engine, the LS3, you get 485 horsepower and
Okay.
430
Yeah, see
pounds
that?
of torque.
That's enough.
That's
well.
enough.
There you go.
I
So they have different engines for that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different
But you-
engines, bigger
you-
gas tanks.
Yeah.
You saw the 700 horsepower
Yeah.
motor.
Yours is built for speed. Yours
Yeah,
is,
it is.
You're,
It
you're
is.
brutal speed.
It is. I got to bring it over. I want you to ride this thing.
You know what? I haven't seen it since you painted it 'cause when you
Yeah.
had it with silver.
Yeah.
Right when you had
Well,
it.
wait till you see this.
Yeah.
now.
No, I saw the
Yeah,
pictures.
it's
are
really
gorgeous.
beautiful.
But
but
in
in
person,
in
yeah.
person, if you look in, it's got to be light out. But if you look inside the gas tank, inside it says Boss Hoss, and it has this in it. If you first look at it, you don't even see it.
Don't
It's
notice.
ghosted
It's
in.
Oh,
ghosted
nice.
Beautiful.
in.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ghosted
Beautiful.
in right into the
Yeah.
side right
Cool.
there.
Yeah. That is
What a job.
sweet. What a
Yeah, bring it
beautiful-
by. Make
Is
sure
that
that
candy apple red?
Huh?
Candy apple red?
Um, we worked on. I don't know what it is. It's a combination of different colors. But we worked on it. Him, the painter, and I worked on it until he came up with something that I absolutely loved,
So
and that
you
was it.
saw the color before he
Oh
put
yeah,
it on.
yeah.
He saw the color at Teddy Morse's Harley Davidson.
That's
the red
right.
trike.
Trike
That's
they-
right.
Red trike.
That
That's
red
right.
Oh, all
trike
right,
they
yeah.
had there.
Yeah.
Ah,
That's
yeah, that
where
was
he
nice.
got
That
the
was a nice
idea.
bike.
I took
Yeah.
a picture of that, and I said, I want that color without the graphite in it. Remember the graphite
Yeah.
that had in it? I said, I want that color without the graphite. And he said, I got you. I know what that is. And he played with it a couple times. He said, this is it. I said, do it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
Wow.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
that was
That's sweet.
that was a beautiful trike.
Oh, that was
Oh
gorgeous.
yeah, he had
You
the
know?
blue one and the red one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yep. So, but thanks for coming on, Bob.
Hey, I appreciate
You
it.
know,
guys.
hopefully next
Bob.
time
It was great.
Yeah.
You're
we can
welcome
get
at any
Devin
time,
on.
Bob. We
Thank
have
you.
6 mics.
Thank you.
we hope Devin and his family are okay,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
and
And all the Boss
okay
Hoss
over there.
team. Yeah.
The whole team
Yes.
is okay
All a
over
bunch
there.
of good guys.
Our prayers are with
Our
you
prayers are with you.
and your family and
Um,
everyone around there that's been suffering.
When you guys are ready, let us know. Let Bob know, and we'd love to have you on.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Bob will
And,
send you the link to this video so you can get an opportunity to see it and
Check
share
it out.
And Bob will share it to his crew of,
got it.
of Boss Hog. This is his crew for Harley, but he's got a crew for Boss Hog.
That's true.
Us.
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 And little by little,
Come on,
little
Oz.
by little, I'm getting you guys involved with the Boss Hoss stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you know, if anyone out there is looking for a V8 model, bike,
That's it.
trike,
That's it.
go visit Boss Haas
Yeah.
on bosshaas.com. And they got a lot of models there, and they'll build the bike to your specifications.
Exactly.
Now, in the norm, we don't know what's going to happen now because of what's happened there. But in the norm, does he normally go to Biketoberfest too?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Boss
I think
Haas-
he was there.
Was he
Boss
there?
Haas
I didn't
is
go to
there.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe
Well,
when
They
we
go
talk
to all. They go to Sturgis. They go to every
Yeah,
event.
they
All
go
right.
to-
So
Yeah.
so it'll be months before Boss Hogs
Haas.
and Biketoberfest will be around. So they may be up and running by then, praise that they will, because that's several months away. So I'm sure that we'll see him down there at the track. Go visit him and go see the bikes that he has. We just showed you 2. He's got probably a dozen different models. And like Bob said, you could just order it the way you want it. So check them out, and we'll see you there.
They also have used inventory.
They have a used.
Yes,
Oh,
they
they
do.
have
On
a
their
used
website.
inventory. That's right. Which some of the bikes have decent mileage, so you can really get it for a discount. What's the miles on your bike?
1,000.
1,000.
1,000.
You want to sell it?
No.
1,000. What do you have on your CVO? 600?
Now you're embarrassing me. Exactly. 601.
Ah, there you go.
He didn't even get his oil changed yet.
On either bike.
I know.
On either bike. I've had the boss horse 3 years.
Oh my God!
But doesn't the oil, if it sits for a while, get
1 year.
dusty?
You're supposed to change the oil down here because of the moisture. 1 year,
Nah, don't worry about it.
regardless of the miles.
Just
on the
throw
bike.
some sawdust in it.
I'm just
Yeah,
giving
exactly.
Bob a heads up.
Listen,
I'm giving Bob's a heads up.
listen.
That's
The
all.
oil I put in there is 5 to 50 mobile
Airplane
that
oil.
mobile
It's from
oil,
his
right?
plane.
It's good forever. It's
Yeah.
good forever.
Mobile
But
one.
I am going to change it.
Mobile
Mobile
one?
one. Mobile
Yeah,
one.
Mobile one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Expensive stuff.
All right. Good.
So we're going to work on this week trying to get another company on.
Yeah.
We're going to reach out to a few companies to see if they would like to come on live on the podcast and
We
talk
have-
about what they have and what they're going to,
We have two
Stuff like
people from the event that I have their cards, so I'll share them with you, or I'll give them a call. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I have two people. One is the video company, and also we want to get WTF, his
builder.
company, his builder, on. So what we shared about and what you saw prior from that show, you will actually see the builders and owners of that company. So we're going to be doing that again, and we're also going to have CJ on there at the same time with his builder.
yes.
So very nice guys. We really had a nice time there, and we felt very respected and very wanted there. So
Welcome.
welcomed, yes, wanted.
I don't think
Well,
they
you
were
are
wanted.
wanted.
Wanted,
We were
dead or
welcome.
alive.
There's a poster with his picture on it.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You seen the bearded wonder?
Yeah.
So, guys, please subscribe, hit the alert button, the notification bell, and give us a like, make some comments, or whatever you want to see in the future. We'll try and get a hold of different companies, and if you want us to talk about a certain topic, that'd be great. But otherwise, I think we had a pretty good session here. What do you think, Bob?
I
I
want to
enjoyed
say.
this.
Also, I want to say that if you go on our YouTube channel and you see things that you're interested or you want to know something about, just shout out and ask us questions on that particular video. I'm on it every morning. I always check my the videos and the questions. I'm always responding. I might not tell you the truth, but I'm always responding. No, I'm 99.9 correct. And if I'm not, I'm asking someone that does know, or I'll look it up. But if you have any questions about certain things, actually, I have one question. And Nate is on. Nate,
Yeah.
they're asking me about the spreakers on your bike, the black covers. Were they loose? Or are they supposed to be loose? I have no idea what they're talking about. But if you would he be
On the
able to
bags
see
or on the fairing?
in the
Because
ferry?
on the fairing, well, there's a screw that goes through the speaker grill on the fairing, and that helps hold the fairing in.
No.
They were
no.
talking about a cover on a wire or something.
Yeah, the cover, the black cover on the wire. When you plug it in, the two wires, the black cover.
I guess it's for waterproof.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. They wanted to know why it was loose because I guess they're running a system and they're having a problem with it. So what I'm going to do is
We
I'm
got to
going to
review
email
the.
you. I'm going to email you tomorrow. I'm going
Yeah.
to email you the question and then give me an answer because I can't answer it and neither can you
Okay.
answer.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
On that note,
Yes,
thanks everyone for watching,
thank you.
and we'll see
Thank you, everybody.
We'll see you next time.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
from
coming on, Nate.
Nate.
Bob,
Nader.
thank you for coming on.
Is in Albany,
Albany, Georgia.
Yeah,
Albany,
yeah,
Georgia.
he's coming from
Not Albany, New York.
no, no.
The lovely green color of the hotel room.
Very nice. Fancy.
And Nate rode up there, and tomorrow he's going through the Tail of the Dragon, Blue Ridge, Smoky Mountains, and the Blue Ridge Mountains, and I think
Yeah.
he's doing the Skyline Drive if he can, and then heading off to Lancaster.
Great ride.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
all on my
Dime.
no
Oh no.
All
His
on
advice.
Richie's
suggestion. All on
Suggestion, not
yeah.
dimes.
Richie's dime.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
Richie's
This
supporting me.
Burgess is coming up soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
huh?
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
later.
Oh.
That would be nice.
All right.
All right, guys.
All right.
Later.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank
Later.
you.